Vyapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishna te namaha. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Bhagavad Gita. Let us begin our study by chanting one of the meditation verses or two meditation verses on Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Puranamunina Madhye Maha Bharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. We were studying the 17th verse of the second chapter. The name of the chapter is Sankhya Yoga or Gnana Yoga. The 17th verse goes like this: Avinashitu tadviddi Ena sarvamidam tatham Vinasham avyayasya asya na kaschit kartum arhati. What a wonderful verse where Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna about the indestructible nature of our soul or Atman or our self. Nobody can destroy us. We are eternal. So now Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, consider that which pervades the whole universe. Not only the whole, because our body is also a part of this universe. So it is pervading even our body. And what its nature? Indestructible. Nothing can destroy that inexhaustible reality which is within us. As I'm repeating in the classes that we have to internalize ourselves. All this time, we are looking outside. All our mind, all our senses are looking outside. Now you can feel that reality is everywhere, even within this body, within me. So I am indestructible, imperishable. Nobody can destroy me. So if that is the reality of myself, I should feel so happy. There should be no fear at all. See, this brings in fearlessness in us. This infinite truth of the nature of pure, non-dual consciousness pervades not only my body, but the whole universe. Things are created and destroyed, but that out of which all this universe comes or is projected cannot be destroyed at all. Vinasham avyayasya asya nakaschit kartum arhati. None has the power to destroy that indestructible. Why? Because when that consciousness or God or Paramatman or Atman, Parabrahman, whatever you might be calling that, the name, it is just the name. It is non-dual. There is no second. So when nobody or nothing is there other than that, who can destroy it? Just feel it. If you are the emperor, you are the creator of this universe, the Atman which is within you, then who can destroy you? Then why do I die? No, it is only your body. Your nature is indestructible, the real nature, but only your body, your mind, the bundle of character, the ego, your thoughts, they only get destroyed. But your real nature cannot be destroyed. As I told you, when that alone exists, there is no second person or second thing to destroy it. Who can destroy it? Because it is present everywhere. That is what here Krishna is telling. Ena sarvamidam tatham. It is all pervading, it is everywhere. So it cannot be destroyed. Your true nature, the infinite truth, cannot be destroyed. Now, one of the scriptural statement is Dvitiyad vai bhayam. What is the meaning of that? You get fear. See, all of us have fear. It is very, very deep in us. In every animal, that the deep fear is there. It is called abhinivesha. In Raj Yoga, that is a term given. From the smallest microbe to the highest human beings, every living being tries to protect themselves. That fear is constantly there to protect itself. Every time I will be thinking, what will happen to me? Something might happen to me. The moment there is a swish of hand or something in your eyes close immediately to protect your eyes. Your eyelids will be closed. If you touch something very hot, immediately your hands will be, by the reflex action, taken away. See, every mechanism is there that you are trying to protect yourself. Why? That constant fear is there. Why? Because you feel that there are so many other things, other creatures, other people who are competing with you for existence. So when that competition will come only when there are two. Dvitiyad vai bhayam. That's the statement. Your fear will come when there is two. When there is only one, there is no other thing other than me. When you start feeling that everything is myself, then where is the question of fear? You cannot have any fear when you expand yourself. That's why Swami Vivekananda makes a wonderful statement: expansion is life, contraction is death. I'll repeat it again, that wonderful statement of Swami Vivekananda: expansion is life, contraction is death. So the death and the fear comes when you contract. When you limit yourself to this body, to this selfishness, then the fear comes. When you expand, when you start feeling yourself everywhere in everything, then where is the question of fear? Where is the question of competition? In Darwin's theory, you can know that wonderful term, survival of the fittest. So every animal is trying to survive and trying to destroy other beings, whether human beings or animals or anything in the forest or in the city or in the country, whether it is cultured nation or some brutes or barbarians, everywhere you can see that survival of the fittest at different stages and levels, that's all. Somewhere it may be a little more sensitive and cultured, other places it may be more gross, that's all. But it is the same thing. So everywhere there is competition, so there is fear. Have you forgotten the last message of Holy Mother Sharda Devi? When that lady came to Mother Sharda Devi and asked, Mother, you are going away, who will give us solace? Who will take care of us? Then what was that wonderful last message of Sharda Devi? My dear child, if you want peace of mind, don't find fault in others. If you want to find fault, there are so much of fault within yourself. Do not find fault in others. When do I find fault? When I see the difference in others, then I find the fault. Do I find fault with my own eyes, with my own face, with my own body? Do I differentiate? Do I judge? No. I will take the special care. Then as you go out with your father, with your mother, with your children, you don't find fault. You'll be trying to cover up everything, even if they do the worst of the mistakes. Your children, your son, your daughter, you'll try to cover up all the mistakes. But if the neighbor's daughter or the neighbor's son does any mistake, immediately the judgments start. I will start finding fault with them. Why? Because you don't feel oneness. You see the separateness. They are separate from you. So here, Holy Mother Sharda Devi tells, don't find fault with others. Then she makes a wonderful statement, that is the highest Advaitic statement which you can feel here. Make the whole world your own. I heard one incident. A politician, a good politician, used to come to ashrama, Ramakrishna ashrama in Bangalore. He was asked to speak about this message, make the whole world your own. There is no another person. There is no separateness. Make the whole world your own. Don't find fault in others. If you want peace of mind. That was the last message of Holy Mother. So, now taking that up, he gave this example. When he was young, he was traveling through a bus. You know, the transportation is not like in South Africa. The rich are going in their own car and the poor are going in the Kombi and the taxis. That's all. Train is also very less, and the bus transportation is also very, very less here in South Africa. But in India, 1.4 billion population, so everywhere the bus and train and the metro is full and full. So in the bus, when he was traveling, he saw one young girl of maybe 7 or 8 years is carrying her brother who is 5 or 6 years on her waist. The girls take up responsibility of the family even in their young age. So the brother is quite fed well, is plump and heavy, and this usually, you know, the nature in India is the more love by the parents, whether mother or father, is given to the son. Very less, a little more, less there is partiality to the daughter, not much to the daughter. So this daughter has to take up all the responsibility. Now she's carrying this plump, fat brother, young brother on the waist, that too in the bus which is full of rush. Now, while she was carrying, the bus was moving at speed, and there would be brake and jerk, lot of people, jam everywhere. Now there was much difficulty. The person here, this politician, could see this girl was in trouble. He told, my dear daughter, please give your brother. He is burdening you. I will carry that child for you, because you are, first of all, very weak, lean and thin, and your brother is so obese and fat and plump, and he's full of weight, and you are finding it difficult to carry him. So I will help you. Give your brother. I can be holding your brother because I'm strong, and also I can hold myself. So please give your brother, who is a burden to you. The immediate response of that girl of 7 or 8 years to this politician was, my dear sir, how can my, see that word, my brother, be a burden to me? When that my, when you feel that minus, a part of mine, when you feel it's my brother, even though he is a burden and you are finding it difficult, you don't feel the difficulty. Why? Because you have that sense, my own. If it was some other brother, even if it was lean and thin, it would have been a burden. Why? Because he's separate. So that word, see that word of that sister, that politician gave this example, how can my brother be a burden to me? So that word of Mother Sharda Devi, make this whole world your own. Because you are limiting yourself to your body, to your ego, to your individuality. That's why you're having so much of pain, the fear of death, the fear of competition, the survival instinct, and everything will come in you. Why do the people commit crimes? Why do they do all these wrong things? Because they think the other one is competition, is going to take away the thing from me. If you start expanding yourself, expanding your eye with everybody, see, beginning before your marriage, when you were small, your eye was limited to you. As you get married, you have to share with your wife or husband. Then when you have children, you have to expand. You have to expand. Then you will expand with your family. You will expand with your village. You will expand with your town. Then your city, your country. So then you become a universal personality. Then you become a saint. Then you will not limit yourself with the culture, with the what you call color, with your creed, with your whatever that limitations of the country, you expand. So that's why here you see that expansion. The Atman which is within you, the Lord who is within you, Lord Krishna is telling, Ena sarvamidam tatam. It is all pervading. See, when we are telling the mantra, the Achmana mantra, we have to purify ourselves. Then we take Ganga water in small spoon and we sip the water. Then to purify, that is called mantra snana, bath to the taking name of the Lord. We have to tell Om Vishnuhu, Om Vishnuhu, Om Vishnuhu 3 times. We think Vishnu means the Lord with 4 hands, with mace, with chakra, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, with one lotus in one hand and with the discs in one hand, then conch in one hand. Yeah, that beautiful crown, beautiful face like that, the lotus, and beautiful body, all that thing we get into our mind. Do you know what's the meaning of Vishnu? Vishnu comes from the root word in Sanskrit called Vishilruvyapnoti, means all pervasive, who is everywhere. But we cannot understand that all pervasiveness. So We want a form because our eyes, our ears, our skin, our senses, our mind can think of only limited and with form. So, God, out of His infinite compassion, though He is formless, He takes form to help us, for us to know about Him. But Vishnu means all pervasive. Likewise, the Atman which is within you is all pervasive. It's everywhere. That is what Lord Krishna himself, the avatar of Vishnu, is telling in this verse. What is that? Avinashitu tadviddi. Know for certain that it is indestructible. The Atman, the soul, the true nature which is within you is indestructible. Ena sarvamidam tatam. It is all pervading. It is within you. It is without you. It is in the universe. That is what? To find yourself, you have to expand. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. That is what you are learning here. So when we tell that word Om Vishnu 3 times, you feel that all pervasiveness, your mind, which was limited to your body, to your ego, to your thoughts, the rut of thoughts, will now slowly feel that all pervasiveness and expand. It becomes pure. As it expands, all your worries, all your thoughts running here and there, amok here and there, will go away and it will concentrate on yourself. That's why we purify ourselves by taking the name of the Lord. See, Vishnu is not limited form, but it is formless, which is present everywhere. Yes, in the beginning, we cannot comprehend all these things. So you'll be telling that God is like this, He has a form, He's somewhere outside, He's on the clouds, all those things. But finally, you will come to know He is within you. Then you will come to know you are not the body, you are not this body mind complex ego, you are God yourself. That's the highest stage, whatever it might be, but you should know the higher truth too. That's why Krishna is telling Arjuna, when he was not ready to fight, when he was not ready to do his duty as a soldier, to protect the righteous, to protect the civilians, to protect his country from the unrighteous, then Lord Krishna is giving all this wonderful truth. Come out of this illusion. So that's why he's explaining through wonderful examples. Things are created and destroyed, but that out of which all this universe comes cannot be destroyed at all. Vinasham avyayasya asya nakaschit kartum arhasi. Nobody can destroy you, nobody can harm you. Even God cannot harm you. No, for certain. Why? Because it is God who is present within you. How can God harm himself? So, change your I, the identity, from this ego, false individuality, identifying with the body, then focus internally, expand, and know that. So, that is your real nature. The wonderful nature of yours is being described. Every one of you, whether old or young, whether rich or poor, whether educated or uneducated, young or old, you have this wonderful, infinite strength, formless, eternal thing within you. You are that. So identify with that and feel the joy. So things may be created, body might come and go, your ego might expand and go, or even contract or destroyed, but you are imperishable. None has the power to destroy this indestructible the universe behind you. Avinashitu tadviddi. Know that to be indestructible. That is also in this body as the self that is within you, the Atman. What is there is also here, but only in the human body you can realize it. In the animal body, you cannot realize that. That's the only difference. In all the body, in all the living beings, God exists. But what is the speciality of your human life? You can realize that you have the strength, you have the capacity to realize that, whereas the animals don't have the capacity to realize that. Though human beings are also animals, there is an ocean of difference between the human beings and the animals, though the human being is also an animal. We are called, the biological name of human beings, Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. So sapiens means the apes and everything are sapiens. Gorilla, all those things, they belong to our family. They are our ancestors. Somebody, the child, went to the mother and started complaining. What is this, mother? You tell that your family, your father, mother, they came from God. But father tells that he's a biologist, so he's telling we all came from ape and monkeys and other things, according to Darwin. Which should I believe? I cannot comprehend the reality. Please tell. Then the mother told, it seems. See, I tell about my ancestry. Your father tells about your ancestry. He has come from monkeys and we have come from God. You can comprehend whatever you want. You can take whatever you want. Whatever that might be, here you have both of that within you. We are Homo sapiens animals. Should we be limited to the animal kingdom and behave like animals? No, we have to go beyond that. That's why, see, we have a limited idea of what religion is. Wearing something, go to the temple or go to the mosque or go to the church, do something there, some rituals, lighting the agarbatti or doing something, folding your hats. We think that is religion. But a beautiful explanation of expansion of religion is given by Vivekananda. What is that? Religion is the process by which a brute is raised unto man and man unto God. Religion is the process by which a brute, we are all animals, we have the brutish nature, we have the animal nature, we are controlled by the hormones. Some milligrams of hormones make us jump and fret and fume, adolescent. We will not be under our control at all. The hormones control us. Just some milligrams of hormones can control us. That is animal nature. That is instinctive nature. So from that animal kingdom, brutish nature, we have to raise ourselves to the human nature. What is humanity? We can think. We can realize what we are. We can understand. We have the intelligence which is called viveka, to discern between the right and the wrong, good and the bad. The animals do not have. They were all completely controlled by instincts. Whereas human beings, we can think, we can understand. Use that power. Know the reality. That is what here Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, and through Arjuna is giving that message. And from the human level, that is the intellectual level, you have to raise, still higher things are there. You have to raise yourself to the divine level, intuitive level. From the instinctive level, animal level, to the intellectual level, the human level, from the human level to the divine level, the intuitive level. You have to raise yourself. This process is called religion. Isn't it a beautiful explanation of what is religion? Now, let us see that. Know yourself to be indestructible. The Atman, the God, what is there is also here, but only in the human body it can be realized. That is the supreme uniqueness of the human being. It is there in the animal body also, that God, that Atman, that consciousness, that indestructible consciousness, it is there in the animals, in the microbes, in the virus, in the bacteria also. But they cannot, alas, they cannot realize it. But you human beings, you can realize it. Now, a person got a very big diamond. He didn't know, the village person. They were using it on the near the pond like a stone to rub their feet. In modern days you have other things to soften your feet. In villages, they use the stone they rub the feet on the stone to make it soft. The person saw that glittering, beautiful, that ruby or that diamond, and he took it to the vegetable vendor. The vegetable vendor told, "Oh, it seems to be a costly stone. I can give you some 20 kg of brinjal, or half kg of chili, or 1 kg of tomato." I told, "Okay, I'm not satisfied. I'll take this big diamond to the next person, provision stores." The provision stores person could understand a little better value of this. He told, "I will give you 20 kg of sugar, or some 50 kgs of rice or wheat." Not satisfied. He went up and up. Finally, he came to the jeweler, the diamond merchant. The moment he saw that, he told, "Wow, what a costly thing you have bought. You are now the billionaire, or even greater than that." So now, what was that being used? To scrub the feet, to clean your feet. That diamond was being used like that. You have the human birth by which you can realize the highest. What are you using for? For petty enjoyment, for petty pleasures of the body, thinking that you are a body and wasting your life on these things. What a waste of human energy. What a waste of human. How are we wasting it? So that is what here the wake up call from Lord Krishna. Now they are telling it is there in the animal body also, but that body will not help it to understand this truth. But in the human beings only. Do you know the reality? Our scriptures tells even angels, even gods like Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, all these people, if they have to get mukti, the highest liberation, they have to come back to human life. You do not know the value of human life. You are such a great life that you are having. Even the gods cannot realize the highest truth. Even they have to come down. The gods means small letter gods, the angels like Indra, Vayu, Varuna, all those things, Chandra. Even they have to come down to the human body to realize God or mukti. So you should know what great life you have got. Only you can understand that. So indestructible nature is yours. We shall now go to some more details and enjoy our nature. So this is all for meditation. When you meditate on yourself, you should be knowing. When you know this, then in your meditation you can enjoy your true self, your nature. You'll be finding that bliss. Now Lord Krishna is telling, you are the first thing in the earlier verses he told, you are Nitya, you are Satya. What is Nitya? Eternal. Your Atman, the God which is within you, your true nature is eternal. It is not bound by time. Every year you celebrate your birthday. What is that? Do you know? In the Western culture, they will light the candles. As many number of years you have completed, that much candles will be lit and they will start burning it. What do you mean by that? You are progressing one more year towards your death. See, when the candle is lit, what is happening? Do you know? Candle is burning itself. When the candle is lit, what is happening? Candle is dying every time it is being burnt. So every second you are leaving, you are going, progressing quickly towards death. What have you done to save your time and use it for higher purposes? How are you using your life? Every second you are rushing towards death. Like the candle thinks that I'm living, but it is burning itself. Every birthday you celebrate, you do not know you are moving 1 year nearer to death. So you have forgotten all that and You are just immersed in the pleasures of the body, wasting your life, higher life, for petty things, whatever that might be. So you are eternal. You are not bound by time. Your true nature is that. Should you not realize that? Then, in the last verse, in the 16th verse, Krishna told, you are existence. What is that? Satyaha. One of the beautiful statement in the Upanishad is Satyam eva jayate. Truth alone prevails. Existence. So that was discussed in the last verse. What did Lord Krishna tell there? That your nature, the Atman, the Lord who is within you, alone is really existent. Everything else is illusory, is temporary. Its existence depends upon the Atman or the truth that is within with you, the Sat, for its existence. I explained last time about the what you call borrowed existence, intrinsic nature, all those things we explained in that. If you want to know about it, you can go back to that class in the YouTube channel and you can learn about it. I gave you the example of pot and the space and all the other things. So, first he told, Lord Krishna told that you are eternal, Nitya. Secondly, Lord Krishna told that you are Satya. You are existence. There is now, in this verse, he's telling, you don't have destruction. Nobody can destroy you. Atma is Nitya. The first lesson Krishna gave was that. And the second lesson was, you are Satya. You are existence. You are the real substance. And indirectly, Krishna is telling, only if you hold on to the reality, you will find security in life. Go anywhere and everywhere in South Africa, so many security companies. How much they do charge every month? Insurance companies. So many insurance companies. Insurance for medicines, insurance for your car, insurance for everything. Why? Because you want security. It is all security. But you don't know, true security exists within you. Infinite security is within you, but you are searching everything outside, which you cannot get at all. Spend any amount of money, all that you have earned in your life, you put on security and you can't get it. But whereas the real infinite security is within you, that is the Atman. That's what which cannot be destroyed. Satya, existence. So it's only the real substance. And indirectly, Lord Krishna says that only if you hold on to reality, that is Sat, you will find security in life. If you hold on to any unreal thing, then it will not support you. One day or the other, whether it is person, whether it is your spouse, husband or wife, children, you think that children will take care of you in your old age. The moment they get married and have children, they will send you to the nursing home or the old age home. You thought they will be security. No. Father and mother, when they are old, no. Husband and wife, no. Where's the security? You think people or things, you will amass so many gadgets, so many things in your house, and wonderful house will you construct. One tornado, the roof is gone. Where is your security? If you want to know about it, go to Tongat and other area and watch the destruction, havoc caused by the tornado. Yesterday, they were in a secure, beautiful house. Today, nothing. No roof to stay. So, where is your security? So, true security is in the Satya that is within you. If you hold on to any unreal thing, then it will not be able to support you. One or the other day, you will be in trouble. Now, an example is given. Suppose you will out of a cardboard, let us hope, that you will paint it very nicely. The chair is very attractive. It's wonderful. You can keep that in the showcase. But if you try to sit on it, what is going to happen? You'll break your backbone. Because it doesn't have existence. It looks as if it exists, but the cardboard chair can only be used as a showpiece, but you cannot sit over the chair. What will happen if I sit? Come on, try. You can try it. You will break your head or your back, because the cardboard chair does not have existence, substantiality, solidity. Similarly, any unreal thing in this world we lean upon, whether people or things, they are all unreal. It cannot support you, it cannot give you security. If you want lasting security, it has to be found only in God or Atman or the Parabrahman which is within you, that is your true nature. Therefore, lean on your Atman. Never lean on the Anatman, that is the unreality. Lean on the reality, not on the unreality. So initially, it's very difficult to understand about Atman, Paramatman, Parabrahman. So that's why our Rishis and Munis, or even the Lord Himself, takes a form, Bhagavan, Ishvara, or God, to help you, and He takes a form so that you can objectify Him. But in reality, you will come to know you cannot objectify, because He is the eternal subject. You cannot objectify God. So initially, a person may not understand this Atman, the formlessness. Therefore, temporarily, we can use the word God, Bhagavan, and we need not lean upon the world. Please lean upon Bhagavan. Surrender at the feet of Bhagavan. Depend upon God. But when we come to higher and higher aspect of religion, then you will see Bhagavan is everywhere. And that very Bhagavan is your own Atman, the soul within you. Therefore, what is moksha? What is liberation? Moksha is nothing but reliance, dependency on your own Atman. Now, there is a term we always hear: stand on your own feet, stand on your own feet. Are we not standing on your own feet? All of us are standing. And some of the animals are standing on 4 feet. They have 4 legs. We are at least standing on 2. What is the real meaning of standing on one's own feet? Not depending upon anything or any person, depending upon yourself. Self-reliance, independence, freedom, eternal freedom. I have given the example many times when one boy went to our direct disciple Ramakrishna, not Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, but Ramakrishnananda, a apostle of Sri Ramakrishna, and he didn't want that the do's and don'ts of the religion. Then what do you want, my child? Then that boy replied, young boy, we want freedom. So Ramakrishna told, what kind of freedom do you want? Do you want freedom for the senses or freedom of the senses? We think that behaving as we like, doing things like animals. See, the animals do not wear dresses at all. They go and do everything everywhere on the street and everywhere. So do you think that is freedom? So behaving as we like, giving freedom to our senses and the mind, is it that freedom? That is freedom for the senses. But real freedom is you should become the masters of your mind and senses and control it, not the obverse. Should the dog wag the tail or the tail wag the dog? Now the tail is wagging the dog. We are being controlled by the mind. We are being controlled by the hormones, by the senses. So real freedom is you should control them. You should be the masters. Now we are the slaves of those things. We think we have got freedom, political freedom from apartheid. Yeah, the apartheid government is gone, but they have multinational companies now. They will put some advertisement and then we are slaved to the gadgets and so many other things. Every way we are leading a slavish life, controlled by the alcohol industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the drugs and other substances are controlling the whole society. Where is your freedom? We have been enslaved. So that is called real freedom, moksha. You becoming the masters. How can you do that? Relying on your Atman, the true nature, the reality. And what is bondage? Bondage is nothing but reliance or dependence on unreal things. But be very careful. You should not start hating unreal things. Because hatred of the world or hatred of anything, person or thing will cause more problem or attachment. You should know what is hatred. What is hatred? Have you ever thought of what is hatred? When you want to get something or a person, when you cannot get it, that intense love turns into hatred. Hatred, anger is nothing but another form of attachment or desire or love. The fox wanted to eat the ripened grapes in the vineyard, and it was hanging there in the creeper. It tried to jump and eat that ripened grapes, sweet grapes. It jumped many times and it couldn't reach. So it got angry and started cursing and hating the grapes, telling, "You are sour grapes." And it hated it and went away. Earlier it knew it was very ripe. Since it could not get, that love of the grape turned into hatred towards that grape. Likewise, when you cannot get something, when you cannot get some person, then it becomes hatred. So, hating is not the solution. As Sri Ramakrishna tells, when you do not like South Pole, what should you do? Should you go on pushing the South Pole with your leg, go away South Pole, go away South Pole? If you do that, you will become more and more nearer to the South Pole. If you start hating the bad things of the world, the unreal things, the people, then you are meditating on them. Instead, Ramakrishna gives a wonderful solution. If you don't like South Pole, do not go on pushing or hating the South Pole. Walk towards the North Pole, and the South Pole will be automatically left behind. Such a wonderful solution. If you don't want to be enslaved by these unreal things, you don't want to depend upon them, walk towards God, go towards Atman, and automatically this other things, unreal things will be left behind. Such a easy solution. Every problem has a solution. We have to use our brain. We have to hear the words of our elders. Then you can get solution to everything. Instead of hating, instead of pushing, instead of getting angry over all the unreal things which are troubling us, walk towards the real, walk towards God, and automatically the unreal things will be left behind. Now, we will go forward and understand, try to understand now what is that. In this verse, Lord Krishna is telling your true nature or the Atman is all pervading. What is that aspect? When we called it as eternal, Nitya, it was not limited by time. Now, when Lord Krishna is telling the truth of our nature, real nature, as the all-pervading thing, what does he mean by that? That means wherever you go, everywhere, every place, the consciousness of God exists. There is no place where God does not exist. Ena sarvamidam tatam. God is present everywhere. So what is the idea? So if it is present everywhere, if it doesn't have any limit, that means God or your Atman is formless. It doesn't have any form. Nirakara. When will you get a form? When you have boundaries, when you have limitation, then you have a form. Now, Lord Krishna is telling all pervading. It is not limited by space. That means you are here, your Atman, your true nature is there everywhere. Therefore, Krishna says, Avinashitu tadviddi yena sarvamidam tatham. Arjuna, you understand that everything is pervaded. Every person, every human being, every living being is pervaded by that Atman or God. And the beauty is when a thing becomes more and more pervading, it loses its rupa or form or state. I will try to give you one example from the life of a saint about God being present everywhere. Earlier, I have given you the example of one great saint, Kanakadasa. He was asked to eat the prasad or banana. After Ekadashi, they have to break the fast and do the parana, take the prasad of the Lord. So the Guru told him, go and eat. To all the disciples, he told, go and eat this banana, the prasad, in a place where nobody is watching you. So every disciple went to peculiar places, unique places. One person told he sat under the cot in the darkness, nobody was watching him. He ate it. Another inside the blanket, another person dipped inside the river, ate it. Somebody in the chimney, he went into the chimney, nobody was looking at him. Behind the door, all peculiar places they went and saw that nobody was watching them and ate that prasad and came back. But this great saint Kanakadasa couldn't eat it. He brought back the prasad, the banana, with him. Guru told, why have you not taken it? Guruji, what did you tell? What was the condition you put? We should eat this prasad, the banana, in a place where nobody is watching. I see that God is watching everywhere. God is everywhere. I couldn't find a place where God is not watching me. So I couldn't eat the prasad. So I came back with the prasad. So God is all pervading. That God is in your heart, and your true nature is also all pervading. You are present everywhere. That's what I told. Expansion is life. That's what Holy Mother told in that last message. Make your this world your own. That means you are in every living being. First, let us expand in your family. Expand, see God or your consciousness, the Atman which is present in you, in your mother, in your father, in your brother, in your sister, in your children. Then slowly expand outside in your neighbors, in your relatives, in your countrymen. Then expand to everything. That's how. That's why there is a beautiful statement in English. What is that? Philanthropy or charity should begin at home. Then it should overflow everywhere. Now, I will take you through another example from the life of another saint. What is the name of that saint? His name was Namadeva. He was a great devotee of Lord Vithala, another form of Lord Krishna. So, he was a great devotee, but you cannot progress forward in spiritual life without having a guru. So, he was search of a guru. So, he went to a Shiva temple. There, one old man, very old, so old that he couldn't move. So he was blind also. He was sleeping in the temple, in the sanctum, having one of his feet on the image of Lord Shiva. The Shivalinga is present. He's blind, he's very weak. So now he's sleeping in the sanctum because the sannyasins do not have a house. They live in the temple. Sometimes they will be moving. So he was in the sanctum. Nobody was there in the temple. But because he was blind, because he was very weak, he was resting his leg on the image. This disciple or would-be disciple Namadev saw this, thought this was blasphemy. What kind of a religious person are you? You are keeping your feet with that shoes on the Shivalingam, on the head of the Lord. Bring it down. He got angry and scolded him. Then slowly that Guru woke up. He couldn't see anything. He told, I'm very weak. I can't see anything. Can you please help me? because I can't move my leg. I'm so weak. And I couldn't see. So I don't know where I'm keeping my leg. So can you please help me to move my leg where Lord Shiva doesn't exist? Yes. He went, took that feet, and he was about to place it on the ground. There one Shivalinga came up. What was the condition? Where God or Shiva doesn't exist. He tried to take up that leg and keep it another place. There Shivalinga came up again. Wherever he tried to keep the feet of that Guru, there Shivalinga rose up. Then he understood the mistake, who that great person was, where he was seeing God everywhere. And that is the reality. Because of our ignorance, we can't see it, that's all. So now he could see the Lord everywhere. Then he told, then that great Namadev, he could understand why I can't see Lord everywhere, because of my ego. Then he told, because of my ego exists in my heart, this is the only place God doesn't exist. Why? Because of the ego. So he took that feet and placed on his chest. This is the only place where Lord doesn't exist. Why? I have filled it with ego. When E goes, then the Lord comes in. Ego. So that example is in the real life of that great saint. So, see, you know that, but you are not thinking about it. God is present everywhere. Ena sarvamidam tatam. And that is your true nature. See, when you feel that you are everywhere, in every living being, your heart expands. As I told you, when you tell Vishnu, 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 Sarvavyapi, your mind should go out and expand to the universe, not with this limited body and ego and mind. It should expand. Then where will be that depressing thought, the anxiety, worries cannot harm you at all, because you have expanded. Even Swami Vivekananda and another great disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Naga Mahashai, were compared by Girish Chandra Ghosh, another great disciple of Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He told that this great disciple, the householder disciple Naga Mahashai, he contracted his ego so much, he made his ego so small that the mesh of Maya, the net of Maya, couldn't hold Naga Mahashai in that net. And what about Vivekananda? Vivekananda expanded his ego so much that the mesh or the net of Maya couldn't hold it anymore. Even when a dog in this world doesn't know that it is one with God, I will come down to this earth, take a human birth again and again to see that the dog also comes to know that I'm one with God. Feel for the poor, feel for the needy. See God in everybody. That is what the statement of expanding his ego in everything. That is what is called expansion in life. Then Maya, the ignorance, cannot catch hold of you. No pain, no anxiety, no depression can catch hold of you, because you have no time to think about yourself. You're always feeling for the others. You're thinking, how can I help others? That is expansion. See, this is how you should feel about your true nature, all pervading. It's everywhere. How practical it is, how happy it will make, how much of joy you can feel. Now we are jealous. If somebody gets something more, a golden ring, you are jealous. I didn't get it. You will go and fight with your father or the mother. I want a gold ring, or I want a jewel, or I want a necklace, or I want a motorbike, or I want a car. Because that person has got compare, jealousy comes in. But here, when you expand, am I not the same person? It is not the God, the same God who is present in me, is present in her or him who has got that necklace. So I have got that necklace. I am the person who have got that necklace. So if anybody got high marks or high quality, you will enjoy in that, because it's the same Atman present in you, the same in that girl or the boy. So you'll never feel unhappy, no jealousy, no hatred. See what beautiful way expanding. See all these qualities, your true nature. will help you to expand to become the emperor in the real sense, or emperor of this universe. You will become a universal personality. How beautiful, isn't it? See, yena sarvamidam tatham. You are present everywhere. The Atman, that is your true nature, is present. Sarvamidam tatam. Arjuna, you understand? Everything is pervaded by this Atman, and the beauty is when a thing becomes more and more pervading, it loses its boundary, it loses its form, its state. An all pervading thing has to be formless thing, isn't it? Anything limited, why is it called limited? Because of its boundaries. So, the form of a thing, the limitation of a thing is determined by what? The boundary. What is the shape of this hall? It is rectangle, or some other hall, maybe a square. In geometry, you learn about forms: circle, trapezium, parallelogram. So many wonderful things you learn, the forms you learn. Do you remember all that thing in the geometry? I learned it 34 years back. I still remember. Trapezium, parallelogram, so many other things, form you can see. Spherical, circle, radius, everything, because it has boundary. Your Atman, your true nature is formless because it is boundless, unlimited. It is everywhere. But again, you should know, in biology there is a thing called, there is also another, you may confuse with the formlessness of amoeba. What is that protozoan amoeba? What is the name of that amoeba? Pseudopoda. What is the meaning of pseudopoda? It can take any form. False-legged animal it's called. So that is not the formlessness you should know here. Because ena sarvamidam tatam means it is present everywhere. That's why it is formless. Not the formless of the limited amoeba. Formless, you are formless means you are everywhere. So there is no form. You don't have boundaries. It will not have a particular shape. It has to be formless. Therefore, Lord Krishna says in this verse, that which we are studying now, that Atman, or your true nature, yourself, is all pervading, and therefore Atman is formless or shapeless. Like what? Can you give an example? We can't understand. Like space, like Akasha, like space. Akashavat nirakaraha. See the space, eternal space. Go outside and see the Akasha. Does it have any form? It's just like that. The space doesn't have any form. Nirakaraha. Likewise, your Atman or God is formless like the space. And this is important to know because we always like to see Atman or God. Everybody will ask, we want to see God. You tell that you have to realize God. You have to realize your Atman. So we want to see God. How can you see God when there is no form at all? When it is formless, how can you see God? Then what is the way how to realize? You can become one with God. You should become God. That is the secret. You will become God. That is raising yourself from the brute level to the human level, from the human level to the divine level, means you should become God. How? Can you give an example? Can you see your own eyes? Have you tried to see your own eyes or your form? Even if you see in the mirror, what is that? It is the reverse. Ulta palta. You can't see the same eyes of yours. Have you tried any time to see your own eyes or your own body? Even if you see in the camera, it is all reversed. You can't see yourself. So when you are Atman yourself, when you are God yourself, how can you see yourself? You cannot objectify it. See, I can objectify this harmonium, this mic, I can see through the senses because it is an object. Because when your Atman is the eternal subject, how can you objectify it? It is the thing which is seeing everything, which is objectifying everything. How can you make the eternal subject as the object? You can't. Then what is the way out? You can become one with it. Then what is that so many saints saw the form of Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva? Yes, as I told you again and again, the Lord out of infinite compassion takes forms and qualities just to help you overgrow this limitation of yours and expand. Yes, you can also see, you can speak, you can talk, you can touch God. He will take that conscious, luminous form for the sake of you. That is also true. But you are now studying about the highest nature of yourself. We are not thinking about the degree or master degree. We are thinking of the postdoctorate level things we are studying here in the Sankhya Yoga, the highest. So, and this is very important to know, because we always like to see the Atman or God. So people ask the question, if everybody has got Atman, if every living being, how come I'm not able to see it? Can you see space? But do you disbelieve that there is no space? Can you see your own mind? Can you see your intelligence? Then do you think you don't have intelligence? You don't see intelligence, your intelligence, you don't see your mind, but you have faith that you are intelligent and you have mind. Likewise, you can't see God. Don't think that He doesn't exist. We are able to see the body because it has a form, it has limitation, it can be objectified. We are able to see the external objects or people because it is a form. We will not be able to see the Atman or consciousness or God because it is non-existent. It is not that it is not existing, but it is formless. How do you know there is space? How do you know? How do you do not see the space, but without seeing, we accept that existence of the space. Similarly, we should accept the existence of God or Atman even though it is invisible. Therefore, Lord Krishna says here, Ena sarvam idam tatam. So, it is all pervading. And then what will happen to the Atman when the body is destroyed? When the body is killed, when the body dies, what happens to the Atman? Suppose you have a building. There is space inside the building. There is space outside the building. Now you want to destroy that building and build a new house. You destroy this building. What happened to the space within your room? Did it get destroyed? No, it became one with the space outside. Likewise, when this body dies, when I am killed, when my body is gone, don't think that Atman is also destroyed. No. It's still there. Just like the space is still existing. Only thing is, we will not be able to use that space which is within the house. When you are in the room, you can make utilization of the space. But when that space is destroyed, house is destroyed, you cannot make use of the outer space. That's all. Likewise, this Atman cannot be put into use. That's all. Because the hall space is useful. When there is no enclosure, it is useless. Similarly, when the body is there, Atman is useful for transaction. When the body is gone, Atman continues to be, but it is not available for transaction. And therefore, Lord Krishna says, Asya vinasham kartum naharhati. Nobody can destroy you because your true nature is Atman. With final one statement, if it is formless. Now connect it to Arjuna's predicament here. All this statement, how can we connect? So Krishna is telling Arjuna, whether you are participating in this war or not, your body will be destroyed. Because in the last verse we studied that anything unreal will not exist, it will get destroyed. Anything that is real, the Atman, cannot be destroyed. So your Atman cannot be destroyed, but your body, mind, ego, everything, individuality will get destroyed because it is unreal. So that is the conclusion. So whether you fight, you kill Dronacharya, you kill all the other things, their body is going to get destroyed. Even if you kill them, the body is going to destroy now, that's all. But what about the Atman, the true nature? Nobody can destroy it. Even God cannot destroy it. Then how can you destroy Bhishma or Drona, they are still existing. That's the connection to the story of Mahabharata. Now, how to connect to our life? A wonderful story, not story, a saying of Vivekananda is very useful here, because we have to make all these teaching practical. Otherwise, what is the use? So Vivekananda tells, that's a wonderful statement. What is that? It is better to wear out than rust out. Think of it. It is better to wear out than rust out. What is that? Whether we want it or not, even if we don't use it, keep quiet, lazy, idle, not doing anything with this body or any other machinery, it will rust out. It will die. It will get destroyed. As I told you, every birthday, you are going one more year nearer to the death. Every second you are living, you are dying. Just like the candle, every second it is burning, it is burning. So, whether you sleep nicely, you don't work, you are trying to protect your body and giving all the comfort, your body is getting destroyed. Otherwise, you have a machinery, put it into use, produce something, make useful to the society, it will become useful to the society, even then that body will be worn out. What is better? To rust out or wear out? Sitting idle, not doing anything, being lazy, taking all the facility, eating well, sleeping, and just being selfish, you will die. You will rust out. Doing the work, doing the sadhana, trying to realize, seeing God in everybody, serving everybody, helping the world, even then this body will be worn out. What is better? To rust out or wear out? So Swami Vivekananda tells, it is better to wear out than rust out. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Fight. Yudhyasva. Ma manusmara yudhyasva. Think of me and do your duty. For us, what is the message? Do all the things of the world, but know all that is unreal. Only God is real. God alone is true. So it is better to wear out than rust out. So be active, do something good to the world, think of others, serve your parents, serve everybody, serve the needy and everybody, and try to realize God in everybody. And that is also within you. And see, you will wear out. You will realize the highest and wear out. Otherwise, you will not realize your true nature, but the body will get destroyed. You will come again and again and suffer. So decide what is better. It is better to wear out than rust out. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.